Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. So dear viewer, this particular video game released, a couple of hours ago actually. And while this has been a year of absolutely amazing video games, we are not here to talk about them. No, we are here to talk about Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. And just like that beautiful bearded bastard Barry Burton, you're probably wondering,
what is this?
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a hack-and-slash platformer game thingamajig that comes to us from the talented bastards that made Blasphemous 1 and 2. But how does this game compare to their earlier efforts? Well, let's review this video game the only way I know how, badly. And let's start with what I absolutely loved about Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Thankfully, the hack-and-slash gameplay that I so adore from games like Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Ninja Gaiden 3, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, hell, even Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Thankfully, that hack-and-slash gameplay is present and correct here. And while no, you won't be pulling off as many combos as you do in the 3D games, picking up as many different weapons, using Art of Fire or Art of Fart Wind and all that bollocks, this is still fundamentally a hack-and-slash video game, and it is absolutely bags of fun. What else is also very fun is this game's version of the platforming. Now, I've never been the biggest fan of the original Ninja Gaiden games, those that released all the way back in the late 1980s. But thankfully, they've taken those games, said, well, they were complete and utter pieces of crap, let's do this our own way. And they have crafted a spin-off of the Ninja Gaiden series, which is fast, fluid, you can bounce off enemies to reach higher places, you can climb up bloody walls, you can climb down bloody walls, you can move across the ceiling like bloody Spider Pig. And the game in that regard is incredibly fair. Or at least it was for me, because another thing I absolutely adore about this game is the fact that you can tailor the difficulty to your own specific needs. So if you want to have your character take less damage, you can do that. If you want to turn off knockback damage, well, you can do that as well. Take note, FromSoftware, this is how you get me to love your video games. By saying, well, if you want the game to be challenging, then that's fine, it's your funeral, but if you want to have a much easier, and in my case, much more fun experience with the game, well, you can tweak a couple of options and we'll let you do that. Even better yet, we won't even lock you out of earning any of the game's trophies. So well done, talented bastards that made this game. The game also sounds absolutely fantastic. This is a soundtrack ripped right out of the Sega Genesis / Sega Mega Drive days. And it's up there with soundtracks like Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3, Shinobi, the original Sonic the Hedgehog video games. The music is absolutely glorious. And you can bet I'll be listening to it while I am bathing by candlelight later. Never mind that, it's just something I like to do occasionally. The game also looks absolutely stupendous, towing that fine line between a retro aesthetic and modern, shiny, colourful graphics. And in this game you play as not one, but two different characters. And I'm not going to spoil anything by telling you who those characters are, what they do in the game, how you end up working together. To find that out, you just have to play the game for yourselves, dear viewers, which I highly recommend that you do. That's right, dear viewers, I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this game, so we don't need to do the whole, here's what I didn't enjoy so much about the game. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is an absolute tour de force, another fantastic game in another fantastic year for gaming. If you're a Ninja Gaiden fan of the old games or the newer games, then I highly recommend that you play this game. And maybe it'll whet your appetite for the release of the upcoming Ninja Gaiden 4 by one of my favorite game developers of all time, Platinum Games. So I can't wait to talk about that game. In the meantime, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.